On the news headlines, Tinubu postpones PEC meeting, meets security chiefs amid protests. Kamala Harris set to announce presidential running mate. Hoodlums chase away end bad governance protesters in Lagos. Government imposes 24-hour curfew on Kaduna, Zaria cities over violence. PM Starmer to hold emergency meeting amid riots. Bobrisky released from prison. USA's Lyles win Olympics men's 100 meters gold in dramatic photo finish. Good day. This is Leadership TV News. I am Nefisat Abdurrahman. President Bola Tinubu is currently engaged in a closed-door meeting with the heads of security and paramilitary agencies at the presidential villa in Abuja. The meeting, convened under the auspices of the National Security Council, followed the rescheduling of the Federal Executive Council FEC meeting earlier slated for Monday. Leading the security chiefs to the emergency meeting is the Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, accompanied by the service chiefs and other top military and paramilitary chiefs. Vice President Kashim Shettima, Chief of Staff to the President Femi Gbajabiamila, and Inspector General of Police Kayode Egbetokun were also in attendance. This meeting is taking place amidst widespread protests across the nation, driven by concerns over hunger and poor governance. United States Vice President and candidate of the Democratic Party, Kamala Harris, will on Monday announce her running mate for the November polls as she gears up for a tour of key U.S. battleground states. The Democratic candidate is poised on converting the enthusiasm surrounding her presidential campaign into long-term support that will help propel her to success. According to NDTV World, the White House can only be reached through a few swing states, and Harris will begin her 5-day journey in Pennsylvania, the largest of them, in preparation for the November 5th showdown with Republican candidate Donald Trump. In a campaign that is barely 2 weeks old, the 59-year-old former prosecutor has surpassed fundraising records by attracting huge crowds and dominated social media on her way to erasing the polling leads Trump had built before President Joe Biden quit the race. Some of the protesters demonstrating against hardship and hunger in Lagos State on Monday turned up at the seat of government at the Alausa Secretariat in Ikeja but were dispersed by suspected hoodlums. The thugs stormed the venue in a yellow-painted commercial bus and chased over 25 protesters who had gathered, pursuing them and carted away their placards. Operatives of the Nigerian Police Divisional Headquarters adjacent to the Alausa Secretariat had earlier restricted the protesters as they were chanting protest songs and calling on the government to hearken to their demands. Our correspondent reports that the policeman on ground did not intervene to protect the peaceful protesters following the attack by the hoodlums. The Kaduna State Security Council has imposed a 24-hour curfew on Kaduna and Zaria metropolitan cities of the state with immediate effect following the outbreak of violence on Monday. In a statement issued by the Overseeing Commissioner, Ministry of Internal Security and Home Affairs, Samuel Aruwan, the state government advised citizens to remain indoors while security forces continue to work to maintain safety and security. The statement said there were sufficient evidences to clearly indicate that the ongoing protest has been hijacked by criminal elements who have resorted to looting of shops and destructions of private and public property. The newly elected Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, Keir Starmer, is due to hold an emergency response meeting on Monday after more far-right riots broke out across England over the murder of 3 children last week. The Prime Minister will chair a meeting bringing together ministers and the police to discuss how to quell the violence that first broke out in Southport, northwest England on Tuesday. UK police have arrested hundreds of people in towns and cities nationwide, with anti-immigration demonstrators and rioters facing off against police and counter-protesters, including groups of Muslims. The unrest follows last Monday's tragedy in Southport, in which 3 young girls were killed and 5 more children critically injured during a knife attack as they attended a Taylor Swift-themed dance class. Starmer on Sunday warned rioters they would regret participating in England's worst disorder in 13 years, while his Interior Minister, Greg Cooper, told the BBC on Monday that there will be a reckoning. Some of the worst scenes on Sunday broke out in Rotherham, Northern England, where masked rioters smashed several windows at a hotel that has been used to house asylum seekers. On the entertainment scene, controversial Nigerian cross-dresser Idris Okuneye, popularly known as Bobrisky, has been released from the Kirikiri Correctional Center after serving over 4 months in prison. The social media celebrity was seen leaving the facility on Monday morning as they departed from the prison vicinity. Bobrisky's imprisonment began on April 12th following a sentencing by Justice Abimbola Awoboro of the Lagos High Court. The court found Bobrisky guilty of abusing the naira and handing down a 6-month prison term without the option of a fine. The judge specified that the sentence commenced on March 24th, the date of Bobrisky's arrest. The United States of America sprinter Lyles won the men's 100 meters title at the Paris 2024 Olympic Games by the smallest of margins in a dramatic photo finish. The 27-year-old took gold ahead of Jamaica's Kishane Thompson by just 0.05 of a second, as both sprinters finished with a time of 9.79 seconds at the Stade de France. Lyles' official time was 9.784, with Thompson finishing with a time of 9.789, while USA's Fred Curley took bronze as he clocked 9.81 seconds. The defending champion from the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games, Italy's Lamont Marcel Jacobs, finished 5th. And that's it on Leadership TV News. For more of our news stories, you can log on to our website on www.leadership.ng. Many thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 08036886158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last